You know, I'm going to assume that the majority of you who are watching this program believe in God, or you want to believe in God, or you at least give thinking to God. I'd like to ask you this question. What difference does God make? I mean, what is the big deal whether we believe in God or not? Or even more to the point, what is the big deal whether there is a God or not? I hope you think that's a great question, because there was one book in the Bible that was written specifically to answer that question. It was written by the wisest man who ever lived. His name was Solomon, and he wrote a book called Ecclesiastes. And he keeps talking in that book about life being meaningless apart from God. As a matter of fact, 33 times in this book, he uses that word meaningless. He said, you know what? Life without God is a big fat zero. Nothing times nothing equals nothing, and without God, life is nothing. Why is that true? Let me just give you some things to think about. Let me tell you why it's important to believe in God, but even more importantly, it's so important to us that there is a God. First of all, only God gives meaning to life. I want to challenge you with a question. Let's just say there is no God. Let's just say that we're just here and here for a short while, and then we die, and that's the end of us. I defy you to answer this question. Then what is the meaning of life? What's the meaning of your life? What's the meaning of my life? You say, well, to try to do good for other people. So what? If we're all going to die anyway, it's going to be the end of us. What does it really matter? God gives meaning to life. Without God, there can be no meaning. Your life is inconsequential, and so is mine. Another reason it's important is because only God gives morality its foundation. There really can be no morality except God. Because if there is no God and there's no absolute standard of right or wrong, you can say anything you want to say, but here's the cold hard truth. Then right and wrong is just a matter of opinion. I think it's wrong to put Jews in ovens. Hitler didn't. I think it's wrong for dictators to rule people's lives ruthlessly, even to the point of killing them. Dictators don't. So only God gives morality its foundation. And then finally, only God gives a mandate for justice. You think about this. If there is no God, you know what? That means that Hitler and Stalin and whoever Jack the Ripper was got away with it. There is no justice. That's why it's important not only to believe in God, it's important to understand why it is important to believe in God and why it's important there is a God. And you know where I got all of that? I got it right out of a book called Ecclesiastes, one of the most fascinating books in all of the Bible. Here's what I hope you're seeing in these studies. The Bible is relevant to where we live. It's relevant to our marriages. It's relevant to our families. It's relevant to our work. It's relevant to us personally. It's even relevant to how we see this world. And that's why the way to see this world correctly is to see it